Tuned in to Just Vlog with Melody, and today we are in the streets of Accra. We have just arrived to check out some land for a client. Now, this is not land that she's interested in buying. This is land that she actually has already purchased. She's been having a few issues making contact and making sure that her land is intact. So we came out here today to pay her land a little wellness check. And as you can see, I didn't even care about the day. It is so hot out here. Oh my gosh, I don't know what kind of heat done hit Ghana today. Now, initially we traveled to this location here in Accra for a client, but after further inspection, I thought, you know what? Let me actually use today as an example of what to look for when you're searching for land. The main agenda for today was to ensure that no one picked up her land and ran away with it, especially after experiencing theft already happening on her land. Now, this is the type of location that you purchase when you want the world to forget about you and you just want to be left alone. This location was so far. The way the navigation system here ain't gonna be lying to you, just give yourself that extra grace. If the navigation here in Ghana tells you 2 hours, be prepared to drive 4. Another issue that you may sometimes encounter here in Ghana is the roads. Certain places, the roads are just absolutely horrible. Now, don't get me wrong, they do have unpaved roads that's easy to navigate. But for the ones that have all these potholes in it, and you're trying to drive down it, it's not going to be a good situation, especially if you have a car that just can't make it. When performing this land wellness check, we want to ensure that there is land markers on the land, dedicating the space to her. Okay, here's the second. Yeah, exactly. It'll be secure.
The last pillar.
Okay.
How many plots?
And what a walk that was, because it is extremely hot in Ghana today. But they have all markings in place and we have no issues there. Okay, family, pop quiz question. What is one major thing that you notice about this land that needs to be done immediately? Drop a comment down below with your answer, and the first person to guess it right, I'm highlighting your comment in the next video. Now, bear in mind that this is a multiple choice question because there are many different correct answers, but I'm looking for that one best answer. Performing anything concerning land in Ghana will have you looking like the dirt on the ground. The dust is sometimes just overbearing, and sometimes extreme heat conditions. Don't try this if you got asthma or any sort of breathing issues for that matter. It's the heat. Oh my gosh. And as y'all can see, the heat is so intense inside of the car, anybody dare not sit in. We had to let the air serve its purpose first. Okay, time to take notes. What you see right here is a clear indication of a waterlogged area. So if you go into an area and you notice this, proceed with caution. If you notice all throughout the road, don't walk, run away from that land opportunity and never look back. That is, unless you're prepared to spend the necessary money to fill the land so that you don't deal with these issues. And depending on how bad the waterlogged area is, this can bring in a huge bill, as a massive amount of sand would be required to correct the issue. But if you're getting the land for a great price, then it might be worth it to absorb that cost. This is a decision that would have to be carefully thought out. No need to rush, because after all, this is your money. If you are considering purchasing land or renting a house here in Ghana, paying attention to the road is going to be key. As I was out working today, this lesson came to my mind. So I said, you know what? Let me create a video for the channel. So let's just use this as a prime example. If you're going into an area and the road looks like so, that is a sure sign of a waterlogged area. And that is why I can't stress enough here on the channel that it's very important that you wait until rain season to search for a house because you will not see this otherwise. It will be completely dry like so. So coming, you would think that everything is fantastic. This is a perfect area. And then when it rains, you start to see the truth behind it all. When I tell y'all, I am so exhausted. It has been a long day. The drive alone took me straight out. I'm drained. I love creating videos like this because it informs. And if you're making the decision to relocate here to Ghana, you should be well informed about things to look for, pitfalls to avoid, and how to get around certain situations. Y'all ever had one of them days where you just mentally and emotionally drained? That's how I feel. Okay, so we're just strolling the neighborhood because I want to make sure that I point out things very well. So, do you see this and the way this road looks? Do you see how the road is like cratered in, right? And it's not even as bad because they kind of filled it with sand, so you even really can't, you can still tell. You can still tell. But this is signs you want to look for. Kind of like that erosion in the road, right? So if you have erosion in the road like so, that is another sure sign that it is going to be a waterlogged area. And here we have more. Again, it's not as bad because they've came and filled it with some stones. But as you can see, you see the erosion in the road. All of this erosion in the road. Here's another one, erosion in the road. You see how that looks? All signs that you are in a waterlogged area. I mean, just look at it. Just follow the trail. Doesn't it even look like a little dried up lake? It looks like a dried up body of water. So that's what you're looking for. You want to look for dried up looking bodies of water, and it creates erosion in the road. So therefore the road is not flat like it should be, right? So you want to look for that. If you're buying land or renting in Ghana. And you cannot take nobody's word for it. I don't care if it's the seller, if it's a realtor, if it's the landlord. You cannot take their word at face value. If you go to the premises and you ask them because you're noticing little signs like this from the earth telling you what's up, and you ask them, they're not going to give you an honest opinion because their job is to what? Either sell or rent that property or land. So they're not going to be honest and say, this is what's going on, because they want that money. So you have to know what signs to look for and what entails a waterlogged area. Do you see, even seeing things like this? That barrier is set in place so the water does not flow into their property. Another sign that you are in a waterlogged area. Of course, there are many other things to consider to know if you are in a waterlogged area, but we will cover all of this in full detail in later videos. Thank you for tuning in to today's video. I hope that you learned so much. Go ahead and drop a comment and let me know what you thought about today's video and also how helpful it was. If this is your first time here on the channel, be sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, we now have a store right here on YouTube, Sacred Minerals, or you can also shop sacredminerals.org. I appreciate all of your support, and I thank you so very much in advance for supporting me and my efforts. I will see y'all on the next video.